Hi everyone, this is Neeraj. Welcome back to the Azure DevOps Learning Series. In the last session, we explored the Azure repos, branches basics, and learned on how to push the code from your local to the Azure repos. In today's videos, we will deep dive into one of the most important configuration in the repository, which are branch policies. Branch policies helps control how the changes are made to your main branch or release or a feature branch to ensure the code base stay stable and secure. So first of all, what are the branch policies? Branch policies are the rules that apply to a specific branch, usually the main, release, or the develop branch. These rules prevent the direct commit, enforce pull request, ensure that every change is reviewed, tested, and validated. They helps to improve the code quality and keep your repository organized. So let's get started. If you remember on the last video, we have created our first repository with the name as my first repo and created one branch under this one name as a feature. Now from the left side menu where all the services has been mentioned, under the repository, there is an option of branches. So let's click on this one. Now you can see there are two branches you can see. One is related to your main branch and another is your feature branch. So let's click on very right side on the three dots where it has been mentioned. Let's go through with these three dots. Right at the bottom, you will see an option of branch policies. Let's get into the branch policies. Now you can see it has been landed up onto the project settings. Under the project settings, there is an option of repositories. And as we came directly from a branch, it directly jumped to my first repo and the main branch policies. Under the policies or the branch policies, there are many options that you can set it up as per your requirement. So we'll go through one by one. The first one is to be set it up require minimum number of reviewers. By default, all these options are off like this. If you want that when a developer raise a pull request, you want minimum number of reviewers to review their code, you can add that setting and the policy right here, where you can set it up as many number of reviewers as a mandatory reviewers for a pull request. It can be one, it can be two or more than that. Once that has been done, you set it up, you will set few more permissions or policies right there, which one is allow requester to approve their own change. It means when a developer raises a request to merge the code onto the main branch, you can allow or give a policy or a permission to approve their own change. Ideally for a main branch, people's trying to avoid it, but again, depend up to you, you want to go with this or not. Second one is prohibit the most recent pusher from approving their own change. Again, the policies you want to allow the most recent pusher to approve their own change or not. You can select it up or you can deselect or keep it as it is. Allow completion even some reviewer want to wait or a reject. And the last one is when the new change are pushed. So you can select it up along with this minimum number whether you want to give these permissions to a requester or not. Second one is check for a linked work item. This is the policy that you can set it up in order to set the end-to-end traceability. What does that mean? That whenever a developer is working on any code base or any code changes, definitely there might be some feature, epic, or a work item get created onto the Azure board or maybe some other tool. But in order to make a linking between the Azure board work item and your pull request which developer has raised, and you want to make it mandatory, you can select this policy. That make sure that whenever the pull request gets raised, the work item get linked with the pull request in order to make the end-to-end traceability so that if anyone can do the audit for any commit, they got to know why this commit has been happened, what exactly is the feature. Followed by the next one is check for the comment resolution, whether you want to be verify on the comments for the resolution perspective or whether all the comments has been resolved or not on the pull request. It is an optional, it is a required, up to you how you want to go. Next one is limit the merge type. Azure DevOps give you four type of merging: basic merge, squash merge, rebase and fast forward, and rebase with merge commit. You can go with all the options, let the developer decide it while raising a pull request, or you can minimize it by deselecting any of these commit, or you want the same commit all the developers should follow without making any code merging or conflicting issues. The next one is the build validation. This is the policy if you want to be set it up that your code pull request get merged only when the previous build has been successful. If there is any issue, it will not allow the pull request to get completed. So this is another permission, as we don't have any build or the pipeline to be created. We are skipping it for now. Next one is a status check. Make sure it requires the other service to the post successful status to complete the pull request. We are skipping it for now, as we can go it when we have the pipeline get created. Coming to the next one, the most important one, where you can add someone or a permission group or a set of people to be added as a mandatory approver when the pull request get created. You can skip it as well, that lets the developer to be decided up, but if you want some team member or a group to always be the part of your reviewer of the pull request, that is where you can do the setting. You have to be click on the very right side on the plus symbol, and then you can decide whether you want that particular approver as an optional or a required. You can do that one and then select it up here. So take an example, if I want to be add a complete group DevOps Learning Series team, one of the team member of this particular group needs to approve it. So I will go ahead and select it up, and I said like, okay, minimum number of one approver reviewer from this group can approve it. And that is where you can do the setting. As soon as you add it up, you can see it right here that this has been done. You can on and off these reviewers at any time as needed, but this is the way you can set it up, the branch policies. Now we have set it up all these policies which we have seen right here onto the main branch. So next time when a developer is going to merge the code onto the main branch, these policies get automatically been applied. They have to get their code reviewed by minimum of 2 people, and out of those, one should be from the DevOps Learning Series, or two can be different, and this is one of the mandatory team who needs to approve the pull request. Thanks. This is what we can learn today onto the branch policies. On our next session, we will go into more deep about the repository configuration, where the different settings, securities, and some mandatory things that you want to be applied for all the repository or the individual repository. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day.